So we got just about everything back from Du Bois. We're gonna just stitch this old primary cover right here, because I don't care anymore. I've got everything on from Du Bois, which is awesome because I've got all these parts and we had to get them all polished and worked up. So we've got the 2 parts on the heads, primaries on, and then we ran into a problem with my cam cover. So of course, cam cover, twin cam motor, goes over that. We put the new cam in it when we did the bigger motor. So we started out at a 103, now we're 107. But I've got some contact points I'm actually hitting. So the cam cover is not fitting. So if you take a look here, I've actually marked the high points that we're actually making contact with the cam plate itself. I'm gonna lock this into the vise. We're gonna take the grinder to it and ever so carefully remove some material. Hopefully I can shave enough off to put it on, get it to fit, and ensure that the cam can actually do its proper job. My name's Lyonel Gammon, and I have a story to tell you. Years ago, I found my grandfather's motorcycle buried and forgotten in his old calving barn. I decided that bike needed to be restored and put back where it belonged, and that's on the road. So along the way, I learned there's a lot of things to hate about building a motorcycle. But at the end of the day, I fell in love with the process of building and creating a motorcycle and putting it back on the road. Well, I went back for a second round, and you were there with me as we took King Solomon, a pile of parts on a pallet, and turned it into a road-conquering chopper. Well, I thought that was it. I thought that's plenty for me. That's what I need to do in my motorcycle career and my motorcycle journey is build 2 bikes, now I can just ride them. Well, then a challenge just came, fell at my feet. And I am a mature adult, and I can say no to being taunted, but I'll never back down from a challenge. Come with me on Barnyard Bike Season 3 as we get back to building. Not exactly the funnest way to do this, and not exactly what you want to do with a new part. And let's pray the vise goes big enough. And look at that, it doesn't. So the hits keep coming. We may have to do this by hand. Not too bad. Last thing I want is to shoot little tiny metal shards into my eyes. And then now the fun part. I don't think I brought ear protection out here. This is going to get loud and noisy. Been grinding on it way too long. Moment of truth. It's daunting to keep grinding in there and grinding in there. And I mean, the material's thick, but you just can't really tell how thick it is. So it should slip straight on. And it does. Don't feel any grinding. The real key test is going to be as long as all these bolts line up. So I'm going to just zap them quick, just lightly. We're just sizing for the 10,000th time. And that right there is how you modify a part. A little bit of play, because they're all loose, but all the bolts are lined up. We're going to clean it real quick. We're going to install it. There it is. Modified cam cover. Full custom there. Whew! Let's keep building.
What if I'm injured in a motorcycle accident?
Call Law Tigers.
What if I can't get this paper jam to clear?
Don't call Law Tigers.
What if the vehicle hit me on my motorcycle and I smack my head?
Definitely call Law Tigers.
What if I get a paper cut?
Were you on a motorcycle?
No, but I used to own a moped.
Still, don't call Law Tigers, and please, get it together. Injured in a motorcycle accident? Call Law Tigers before you call your insurance company. Law Tigers, America's motorcycle lawyers.
I'm not too proud to read instructions. So finally getting around to doing some work, and I'm installing the air cleaner and the exhaust that Nick Trask hooked me up with. He took me around, showed me his whole place. Absolutely amazing what he's built. And now I'm putting it all together. And let's be honest, it's probably really easy to put one of these on, but I want to make sure I get it right. So I'm going to read the instructions. Yes, good.
The only thing standing between you and the open road is some garage time with the right parts and accessories to make your motorcycle roar. And that's why riders everywhere choose DennisKirk.com, the one stop you need to get your Harley back on the road. Our knowledgeable tech staff will help you navigate our more than 185,000 parts, apparel, and accessories that are ready to ship today, with free shipping on all orders over $89. So tune up your ride and get ready for the next adventure. Ride more, wait less. Dennis Kirk.
So I've been super blessed as I've been on this adventure of building motorcycles and having a lot of mentors, guys to help me out. And, you know, I had a few that have actually come to the shop here, you know, my house at Jack Wagon Ranch to help me actually get this done. And today I'm picking up another expert builder. I'm picking up a buddy of mine. I've known this guy for years. He's built bagger racing bikes. He's done everything. It's Pete Nowaskey. He has a phenomenal shop. He's out of the Midwest and he builds phenomenal motorcycles. But Pete's got a brand new suspension line where he'll have to tell us the story, but I think he's decided that he found that there was no suspension that was providing him what he wanted when he was racing, when he was day-to-day riding. So Pete's hooking me up. I'm picking him up at the airport. He just landed here at SLC. Gonna grab him. We're gonna head back to the ranch and we're gonna put a new suspension on this bike as we just get one step closer to accomplishing this challenge from Paul Yaffe. Bristol Pete! What's up, you world traveler?
How's it going?
Good, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, awesome. It's warm here right now.
You didn't know that?
Well, I know, but it's, you know, I don't know.
See, that's what happens when you don't go so high in the country. You come back down in the middle a little bit. We get nice weather.
I was telling Nick. Awesome.
Let's go.
Yes.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
All right, Pete, I've told you about it. This is the barn, but this is Jack Wagon Ranch.
Awesome.
So my grandfather called everybody a jack wagon when I was a kid,
Yeah?
and I didn't realize that was a derogatory term. I always
Okay.
thought it was cool.
Yeah?
So then I named everything Jack Wagon Ranch. So everything is got a JW
Yeah.
for my brand, registered brand, for my cattle, my horses, everything. And
Awesome.
so you're Jack Wagon Ranch, man.
Awesome.
So-
Love it.
And I've never, like I said to you before, I'm not a bike builder. So I
Yeah.
work in a barn. This used to be my wood shop.
And now it's a
Now
bike shop.
I've converted it to try to build motorcycles.
Well, like I told you on the phone, man, racing King of the Baggers, we were rebuilding engines in parking lots, right? Like this is in the rain. In Daytona, I remember Jake sitting on the ground and there's like rain coming under the trailer through our pit spot in the paddock, right? He's like sitting in water rebuilding a clutch. So, I mean, like, dude, this is great. This is awesome.
So this is the bagger. This is the chopper for my son. Because we're going to get him started early, 12-year-old. I said, hey, man, if you're going to do it, we're going to build you a bike.
Sportster chopper.
Yep.
So is this one of his wheels or is this for your bagger?
So that's for the bagger. We went full welded wheels. So I've always loved choppers.
Oh my gosh.
So we go
Lyonel.
chopper spirit on a bagger. That's a one of Rick and I came up with that to do something just completely different.
I don't know if I have seen a configuration like this on a bagger.
I don't think a lot of guys don't do welded stuff on baggers.
No.
It's all billet, it's all done right.
Yeah.
So we got wild with it, and it was because I've always loved choppers, and I said, I want the soul of a chopper on a bagger.
Yeah. So I can tell with the primary, first of all.
Yep. And the cam cover, all same guy.
And trans top, who's
Yep.
that? Same guy?
No, that's Covington's.
Covington.
So Covington,
oil.
and Covington on the firewall.
Of course, we got our buddy Nick's air cleaner on there.
Yep, and
Salt
so
air
I'm
cleaner,
running
Trask.
that. I'm also running his big sexy exhaust.
Okay.
So
And these are
That's Paul Yaffe's, yep.
Calipers. Is that HHI?
no, that is Arlen S.
Arlen S. Yep.
Yep. 4-piston Arlen S. I'm doing the 6-piston fronts Arlen S's.
Yep.
Arlen S and covers here. With your graces, we're going to put the Arlen S lowers on your beautiful suspension.
Awesome.
Everything's at paint.
Okay.
We're just waiting. I mean, honestly, you can see I'm almost there. We took the motor, took it from the 103, pumped it to a 107.
Okay. So you're not, like you said, you're not doing air. You're doing our Nowaskey suspension on there. We're going to do a standard, like a full ride height bike. So you can go ride it, right?
Yes.
Like you're doing the 21-inch wheel and the body work and that, but it's not going to be so low you can't go out and enjoy it in the turns, right? So yeah, we're going to put the 13-inch shocks on the rear so you get your maximum travel there. We'll do our full-length cartridges in the front. I mean, it'll be dialed. You can.
It's awesome. Well, you shipped everything.
I did, right? So
I've got the old stuff here.
Where's the new legs? Let's look at the new legs.
So here's the lowers.
Okay. Yep.
I wanted to use the originals tubes, clean. So I went with the hot legs
Oh
by
yeah.
Arlen S.
Okay. All right. So we're dual caliper front,
Yep.
hot legs. All right. So we have the blind hole on the left-hand side, or the primary side. The exhaust side here is where the axle will go through.
Yep.
And we have the beauty cover that goes over top to hide that. So.
And the
awesome.
axle.
And
So
the
once
axle.
I'm ready to do that, I'll throw those on. But
Axle, and then we got some hardware and seals there. Okay, so we won't necessarily need all of this stuff, but I brought some things just in case. So, all right, so you do have seals there, but I brought a bushing kit with just in case. We'll see what the inside of that, those forks look like. You might have a better clamp in your vise than I do, to be honest with you. All right, so what we'll do is I think we'll get going by tearing these apart. We'll do one at a time. So here's the deal. Like at my shop, we'll just rip everything down, but even the guys back at the shop, I always encourage them to just do one at a time, especially if you're like doing it at home or something like that,
Yeah.
right? So like, at least if you get lost in the process, you have another one to refer to. Right?
taking the seals out. Oh, that's the one.
That's the order this goes in, right? And you don't want to, I guess if you're just doing a rebuild, you don't want to mix up from one to the other. We always like to keep track of things. So let's get going with one of these. Do you have an impact or not?
I've got a battery impact.
Oh, that'll work. So I'm just like pumping this out of here now so it makes as little of a mess as possible. There you go, that's how that comes apart.
Well, that's easy.
Cup out of there. We're not gonna use these anymore,
That's-
but let's put them somewhere.
Garbage pile.
Oh, this is coming apart easy, Lyonel.
What,
So
they usually bind up or what?
a lot of them do. So I'm gonna hold like my hand over this if you're ever tearing these apart. This
Yeah,
is
'cause
under
the
spring
spring.
pressure.
Jeesh.
So you don't want it to go flying or hit you in the nose. Even though we're not going to use this stuff again, we're going to evaluate it. That is basically what your factory suspension is. So This is your fork tube, the bottom of your fork tube, right?
Yep.
So this sticks out the bottom, everything else is internal. Cup down here. So this is basically your suspension, that spring, right? And then how the oil moves through the tube. And this is your top out spring. So like, that's worth mentioning because if your forks go together and then they go back apart, this top out spring keeps it from like dead ending, like click, right? So there's this little bit of cushion going the other way when it pops apart from a bump. So, I mean, there's nothing really looks worn or bad, right? I mean, there's not a lot here to be worn.
That's where you say exit stage left, I'm out, your stuff's good, put it back, run it.
Yeah. So this is the bushing. So this outer part doesn't really matter. This fits in the tube, but it's this gray Teflon part in here. We'll just put all new stuff in because we're here doing it, right? But a lot of times, you know, like if we're at Sturgis doing installs for people, we have people come in with a bike that has 1,000 miles or a couple thousand miles on it, right? All that stuff is good. We're just switching out the internals.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of this stuff is good for 50,000 miles or better.
Wow.
So, okay. Now, we need a little brake clean so we can clean up this tube.
You like it churched up with the straw on it or off it?
I'll take the straw.
I've learned that there's a fine line to how they like their brake cleaner.
You know why I like the straw? Because it lasts longer.
That's because you own the shop.
Yeah, right?
I see how your guys are probably doing it. They're the ones hitting it on the side. There,
Yeah,
it's
right?
clean.
See so how many miles is on this bike originally?
About 14,000.
See, look, those are still good. Theoretically, we could reuse them. All right. Do you have a little shop light too?
No?
No?
I've got a panel light in the camera.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're looking at the tube. So if we were at the shop, we would be putting this on like a truing stand with a dial indicator just to verify that it doesn't have any tweaks or bends in it. But being that it's low mileage motorcycle and there was no problems or leaks
There's no
or
wear
anything
here.
anyway, yeah, and there's really no wear in it, we're not going to be concerned about that. So now I'm just looking here at the tube. We're looking for any chips or nicks or
It's going to lead to a potential leak.
right, or any wear marks anywhere. And again, this is a low mileage bike, so I wouldn't expect to see much of anything, but you can see here
Okay, you see the rubs?
where the seal would ride, and you get these vertical striations sometimes when some sand gets stuck in there or whatever. You know, there's really, once you get up here to where it's in the triple clamps and stuff, it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah.
Like we're concerned about basically from my fingers
Yeah,
down.
where seals ride, where the suspension actually is going on.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Right,
Compared to what you took out
right.
to what's going in.
So
Stone Age cavemen, modernized.
absolutely. Each one of these cartridges is individually dyno tested and tuned. Once it falls within our parameters, it is then computer matched to its perfect partner. So you have perfectly balanced suspension left and right. Is this? I'm just going to,
Just using that like an assembly lube.
yeah, so I'm just barely using a little bit and it's gonna end up on the inside anyway, and I'm putting the cap on so I don't tip it over. The only purpose of that oil now is to lubricate the components in the fork. So those bushings that we replaced and any moving components inside there, that just lubricates it. There we go, look at that.
She's a beaut. Look how
Easy.
easy you made it.
Easy peasy.
Looky there. That's why I said, is there a trick to doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
you
have
can
my
just-
own tool that I gave it to you.
Yeah, so you can take the tool and put it right there. It's a little more than snug. let's put the axle through it. Medium bite. We brought it in. We did a bunch of work to it. And to properly have the preload set up on this with your weight on the bike on the ground, you want the measurement from center of bolt to be 12 inches. Because it's a 13-inch shock. If it was a 14-13, if it was 13-12, 12, right? You want 1 inch of sag.
You came here, you worked, helped me out. Coach taught me, helped me out. I knew you in the beginning as Pistol Pete.
Yeah.
That's how I knew you. And you probably don't remember this, but you were out here in Utah, and I saw the tent and everything, Pistol Pete, racing, da da da. I'm like, who's Pistol Pete? And you happened to, you're like, well, that's me. And I had no clue. You were just nice guys, started talking to me. Anyway, my question is, what's the biggest pistol that Pistol Pete has ever shot?
That's funny. I don't know if I can answer that question. Nothing huge, right? Like, I mean, I have a lot of guns myself, so, 44s, 45s, whatever, but nothing like major huge.
All right.
I guess.
Okay.
I'm guessing you got something bigger than I've ever shot.
I got a little big one.
All right.
That we're gonna put Pistol Pete on it.
Did I hit it?
You hit it.
My ears are ringing. Oh my God, my ears are ringing, Lyonel.
There she blows.
Holy
Now you can say you're Pistol Pete.